I'm here to show you an expert search on Google Scholar. Basically, it's an extension of Google, but it has more scholarly articles which are more relevant to what I'm searching for. I'm going to search my articles based on, I want inquiry learning articles that have a science curriculum, and also they're for primary students, so suitable for that age group. So an interesting thing about Google Scholar that you might notice is that Google Scholar has the citations, which allows you to see if people have cited it, that article as a reference, which will help you in knowing the popularity of that article and if it's being used by other people. Also, there is a settings button here, which allows you to see if you can change things like language, and you can look up library links, and you can also change the results per page if you want to. There's lots of other things down here that you can use that you may want to look at. I find that Google Scholar citations is very useful, and when we get into it I'll show you a little bit more. But I would start by putting inquiry and primary and science. So that's what I've done already in the past. It's recognised that. So the and here means that it will search inquiry, but it needs to include primary and it needs to include science. So they're the three things I'm looking for. So I'll look for that, and it comes back with 1.5 million results. So the next thing I would do possibly is custom range it. I want them to be more relevant articles, so I'm going to search only from 2000 onwards to now, and that will hopefully change the returns up here at 1.5 million. We'll have a look at what that does to the articles. And it's gone down to 788,000, which is predicted. So it's almost half. So it's really good. If I wanted to, now I could make this a little bit more detailed by asking for inquiry in brackets. So I specifically want it to search the word inquiry, not just words around inquiry or look similar to inquiry. Also, what I could do as well, which I will do and show you, is not only primary, but if I put in an or, it will not only look for primary, but will also look for what I'm asking for, which is elementary, which is the American version of primary. So now it's going to look for primary and inquiry, but primary or elementary, so it'll use either of those options, and still science. So what we're going to do is show you now that it will probably go up from 788,000 down here. So let's have a look. And it has, it's gone up to 947,000, which has been predicted. So if I wanted to look up science, I could now take this back to science and look up scientific or sciences. So I could put in an asterisk here, which would help me in truncating the word science just to sign, because it'll go science or scientific or sciences or maybe science lessons. So I'll see if that changes anything. It's gone down to 21,000. So now it's also looking at things that are related to primary and science and scientific and inquiry. But if we want to increase that, inquiry is not the only word we can use. We can go inquiry, we can ask for or, and sometimes words like enquiry get missed. So I'll put that in. And or I would look for inquiry-based learning, because sometimes that is a entity all unto itself. So I'll show you what that looks like. And that's another way to look. So it might go up, it might go down. It's actually done the same. It stayed the same. So all of those words have been included anyway. And then I can also put a bracket around this, or parentheses around this, to ask it to look specifically for this item first, because inquiry is what I want to base my topic on. So it's still the same amount, so it hasn't changed it at all. What I can now do is go in and ask for science lessons or things like that, and go on to make it a more fulfilling search. But that's really basically what it is about, and it's about making sure that you get what you want out of your search bases. And I'm quite happy to go to the QUT and get the full text for some of these, which will be useful for me. So thank you very much.